What is up, everyone? We're back showing you guys how to get leads. Now, without leads, you guys basically can't even run your business. You technically need these. They're like your clients. These people are the ones that pay you. So without those, you won't be getting anywhere. But 15,000 leads is crazy, but it's definitely doable. It's easy, and I'll show you guys. So basically how they work is you can either do the free way or the paid way. I know some people are on a budget, so I'm going to show you the free way first and then go the paid way. Now for the free way, what you can do right now is go to Google and then type in scraper. When that comes up, there's a lot of them that come up. My favorite one is called Easy Scraper. Once you click it right here, you're going to click this button. It's going to say add to extension, and then once that happens, it's going to say remove from Chrome. That's how you know you did it right. And once that happens, you already have it in your extensions. You're ready to go. So you just add your extensions, and from there, let's do, for example, roofers. From there, you have all these roofers, and I put Las Vegas. But yeah, you have all these roofers right here. And you want their contact information. You want their phone number. Some of them have emails, not as much though, but mostly are phone numbers. So what you're going to do is go to your little extensions, click the Easy Scraper. I ran it before, but let's just run it again. And now it's starting and it's doing all this stuff. I kind of messed up the columns, but what you can do is just reset the columns, get all of them again. And in less than 3 seconds, it brought me 20 people from this area right here. There's thousands, by the way, but I just want to stop it at 20. Now, you don't need some things, like you don't need their ratings. This is a 5-star rating. You don't need 58 stuff, like small things like this you don't need. Like you probably need the integrity roofing if you want to like address them by their name, which I definitely think you guys should, but like those things you don't really need it when they're closed. The address, the most important things are the phone numbers and basically the name. So from there you can basically just copy it, go to your spreadsheet, and I already have it kind of based here. I did it from the last one, but let's say from here I just want to post the new one. So here's the new one that we just pulled. You can see Las Vegas, the roofers, you can see the phone numbers, and then everything else. Again, if you don't really need these, but it's up to you guys. The most important things are these. This is what you're going to call your clients on. This is how you're going to text them. This is basically your engine. This is what's going to start your business. So from there, once you guys add the extension and search the niche you want, I did roofers literally right there. You saw all the results, and from there, this is a while ago where you had to scroll down to basically get them, but now it does it automatically. And then from there, you can just delete the columns that are relevant. And this is really important. So what we just did is we just did roofers in Las Vegas, this area, this small area. You're going to have to make sure that you have a Google spreadsheet where you can document each city that you've already done, so you don't do it over twice, and also you know what you finished and what you didn't finish. So for example, let's say we did all of Las Vegas. You'll have an option here, and honestly, if you guys do want this Miro board to make it easier, you could either DM me on Insta, and I'll have it in the link in the bio, or on Discord. There's a free community. There's a good amount of people in it that ask me questions like this, and I do send them the Miro boards and any other questions they have. I kind of already have it there for them, so you can have this whole thing, so you can kind of go over it. But anyways, here's the thing. You have them as roofers, and then you can put them as a little like, clickable thing. I can also show you how to do that, but this one right here tells you that you got leads from Las Vegas, so you're done with this area. You don't need to do it again. And then you can have everything else, like New York, Texas, Wisconsin, Michigan, all that stuff. And from there, you can have them as not finished, not finished, not finished. Once you finish, you can put got leads, so you know you're done with this. Now, that's the free part. Super simple. You can literally do it right now. You can go and try it out. It's free, it's easy, and you can get, I think you can get over 15,000 leads in a month, easily. Now the paid version is a little different, but it's much easier for you, and it's not as expensive as you think. Now there's 2 ways that you guys can go about it. You can either go on Fiverr, or you can go to Facebook groups and ask. For me, I like Fiverr the most. I'm very familiar with it. I use it all the time, and the people that are charging to be virtual assistants is very like it's a very good deal. So what you could do on both of these things, on Facebook and on Fiverr, is look up virtual assistant. For Fiverr, there's a person, Ikara. She's literally charging $5 for 1 hour of work. So for 1 hour of work, you guys just saw right here, I scraped, I think it was 20 in less than 3 seconds. So imagine a full hour of work, how much you can actually scrape. You can probably scrape thousands, and you don't have to do anything at that point. You're just hiring someone for them to do it for you, and they basically are just going to make you the spreadsheet right here. And your job at that point is to call them or text them. I'm going to make more videos on basically how to automate everything, and that's much, much easier. But as a beginner, you guys should go through it yourself and kind of see how people react, how people talk, text, all that stuff, just so you can get familiar with it. And then after that, you basically can put it on autopilot. So once you message them, you can message Ikara, literally just contact me right here. For Fiverr at least, it'll take an hour to 24 hours for them to respond back, depending on the time. Or you guys can do it through a Facebook group. Literally just type in virtual assistant, same thing, and then you'll kind of, same concept. You can do two things. So you could, they're going to ask you, Ikara here, most likely they're going to ask you, once you press continue, how do you want things done? How do you want your virtual assistant to set up things for you and work? So you can either make a video and show them exactly everything. You can even show my video if you would like. The scraping the leads, all that stuff. Or you can ask ChatGPT to help you with it. Or again, you can just send them my video, send them this video right here, and they'll basically know what they're kind of going to do. So make it as easy as possible for them to follow instructions, because you're basically telling someone that doesn't know anything about your business on how to kind of do it without you doing it. So just be like, hey, Ikara, thanks for the reply. This is what I'm looking for. Now, you have to set clear expectations. If you don't, let's say Ikara in that 1 hour, she, for example, gets like, I don't know, 200 leads. And you know you can do way better. You have to set an expectation for her, like, hey, listen, or him, in 1 hour, or for example, if you want to do a day, like just one day, in one day, I want 10,000 leads, for example, okay? So once you tell her this exact stuff, like, hey, I want this in this amount of time, it becomes clear to both of you, like, okay, this is the exact thing, this is what I want, this is what I need. If you don't and you're not clear, like, if you put like, oh, I just want you to scrape for me. Okay, then what? Like, what if she brings you back 50 leads the whole day? You'll be like, oh, well, I didn't want that. So just be clear with everything. Just be like, hey, I want 100 leads per day, 200, whatever it is, 500, and go from there. You can do it by the job. Be like, okay, I want 10K leads, for example. Let's not do it by the hour. How much is 10K leads going to cost? And then they can kind of do it. You can calculate the math that way, and then go by the job or just by the hour, which is like the $5 per an hour. Once that's done, make sure that you share a sheet with them. Like, go on Google and literally share a sheet. Let them put, like, okay, for example, like Ikara is right here. Ikara, IQ, let's just call her that. So Ikara is right here. Once her name is here, you can put in right here leads, all the leads, and right here the phone numbers. Phone number, and right here you can put like yes, or applicable, like applicable. So that means like they're interested. This thing would be interested, so you can put yes / interested / applicable. This could be the phone numbers, and this could be all the leads that she generates or he generates. So with all of that right there, you have basically a $5, however many leads they can get with that $5. And at that point, it's your turn to basically go through all these phone numbers and call them to be like, hey, I know you're a roofer at Las Vegas Roofing, and I wanted to see if I can bring you in more business. How do you feel about XYZ? and then kind of go from there. And if you haven't watched my previous video, that basically explains how to start a whole business, how to get like fair deals, fair value, all that stuff. So if you guys haven't watched that one before, it basically explains a little bit more on how to start it all. This one's just explaining how to basically get your leads. And the next videos coming, they're gonna be more in depth about smaller things, so you guys can just piece it all together and eventually just have your full starting business. If you guys want easier routes, you guys can again follow the Discord. I'm gonna put in the link in the bio as well, or my Instagram. Like, I do this for free anyways for you guys, so go and see that. Other than that, good luck. You guys are gonna do amazing. And other than that, I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.